Disclosure: we have received a free copy of this game by keymailer.com. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Beyond the Bonfire. We're here to review a nice little indie game called School Quest. I'm joined, as always, by my co-host, Alex.
That's me. Something like that. How are y'all doing today?
I guess I will just start off by saying I think School Quest is a love letter to some of the most important games of all time. I didn't grow up in the 80s, but back when I was in high school, I heard about these old point and click adventure games from a studio called Sierra, and I instantly fell in love. The charm, the witty writing, and the absolutely hilarious characters. This is all to say that School Quest wears this proudly, and in my opinion, it deserves to be up there with the rest of them.
I would also second that. I did not grow up in the 80s. However, despite the fact of that, I grew up in the early 2000s and I can still relate to it. A lot of that game I can 100% relate to, and it was very well done story-wise. I mean, I have some complaints gameplay-wise, but aside from that, I am genuinely impressed by this game. Very well done.
While I don't think the humor reaches quite the heights of something like Space Quest or Leisure Suit Larry, it does
The
have
humor has some
some.
limitations. I'm sorry. I know I'm not trying to cut you off. I apologize.
It's all right.
The humor's not for everybody.
It did have me chuckling a few times, but nothing like either of those two games. The game follows Anthony or Tony, a closeted gay teenager in the 90s, as he investigates recent disappearances in his school, Guega High School, I think. His friend Eric, who he has a crush on, has not shown up in 3 weeks. He is determined to find out why. I don't think this game has quite as wacky of puzzles as King's Quest or anything like that, but a few of the solutions did kind of make me be like, what the fuck? Or I think at one point, one of the NPCs wouldn't show up unless I was learned in the ways of Danzig, which kind of fits the 90s, to be honest. It was the guy that you have to help with his bathroom activities.
Giggity.
Don't even get me started on the fucking water everywhere. That shit will 360 no scope you. If you have your speed up too high, I can't tell you how many times I died due to just walking around a corner too fast.
Can I make a point?
You should go for it.
I played a good number of click and plays in my life, and that's honestly one of the only complaints I really have of the game is like, despite the fact that I played a good amount of click and plays, I generally know where to click to avoid certain things, and my character would just seem to gravitate towards those places.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I have had that happen a lot in like Space Quest, King's Quest, etc., but
not quite as much with this game.
It was, yeah, exactly. Like, it was a lot easier to avoid, or like, that was my fault. I misclicked over there, or something like that.
Where you've got someone like me where I'm like, I know for a fact I clicked in the right spot. My character literally did a 180 and started walking in the opposite direction and then started walking towards the bad spot. At least that was my experience of my playthrough. Like, I had a lot of scenarios where I was like, I didn't even click anywhere near that thing, and he just walked right towards it.
Yeah. I me personally, I don't think there's really much to be said about the music. There's really only some audio cues when you solve a puzzle or you get an item, except for like the very
Wait a minute, there was
intro
music?
and the ending. No, that's what I'm saying.
No, I didn't hear anything like at all the entire
Yeah.
game, aside from the
Oh,
intro. That was it.
yeah. The ending has something, and then like sometimes when you pick something up or you solve a puzzle or something, it'll make a little jingle. But other than that, it was dead silent.
I see what you mean. Gotcha.
Which does suck because one of the things I do really like about a lot of the point and click adventure games is the audio, like the music.
I mean, it's not even just that. It's one of the things I like in gaming in general. When you discover something, I like that. For example, Ocarina of Time, dun 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 dun. When you open up the chest and stuff, even if it's something nothing, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you discovered something.
So, I mean, is what it is, but all in all, it took me, I think, an hour and a half or so to beat, which isn't too long, but most of these point and click adventure games can be beaten in like a single sitting if
Oh
you're
yeah.
smart about your saves and you're not soft locked and all that.
Oh yeah. For me, it took me a couple of it took me a couple of trial attempts. I took about 20 minutes, kind of got frustrated with it as I do with games. But I mean, all in all, if you were to count that, it took me about roughly an hour to beat it.
Hell yeah.
However, I will say my host here gave me a little bit of a mild tutorial of it, but even still, then
Yeah, you still got to do it.
Yeah, exactly. I kind of had a little bit of a key host, but still, I mean, the game itself, yeah.
And on that note, the named like save system is here that I love in pretty much every quest game.
Absolutely. I love being able to name my saves.
And it's really helpful. I mean, honestly, if you can name like, "Hey, I just did this thing," or like, "I'm on my way to this." You have
oh,
no.
sorry,
Go ahead.
continue. Oh, I was about to say that, or if you're somebody like me who is like, can notice like subtle cues, I can be like, I can type yay and then yay 2 and then yay 3, and then I'll know which one is which just because of that.
So you have your like typical hand interaction, talk, walk, look, and item use, as well as the backpack for your items. I did find it funny that there was a kid in there that was named Rob Schneider. I don't know if you saw that.
I greatly enjoyed that too. I did see that.
Yeah, I was like,
hoping to
hell
talk
yeah,
about
that's
it. I'm glad you
awesome.
brought it up.
I just thought I'd point that out. And also, why is one of Tony's bullies like straight up like puke green?
I honestly, I feel like that's for like personal reasons. I
Like,
feel like
brother,
a lot of people in life deal with bullies, and the best way to describe a bully is puke green. Like, like why
yeah,
you
right.
like that, bro? Like what happened to you that made you be like that towards other people?
And also, on that note, can we talk about the bully that like just straight up sexually harasses the poor guy in the locker room?
I don't even want to talk about that. I kind of lived that experience in real life, and I don't want to talk about that.
You spend the majority of the game going from room to room, investigating your environment, and talking to NPCs, gathering items along the way to help you dive deeper into the mystery of what is happening to your fellow students. From fake IDs to straight up porn, eventually you gather information that reveals the janitor is guarding the kidnapped Eric. The game ends with you feeding the evil janitor a sandwich and saving Eric. What did
And
you? Oh, go ahead.
oh no! Ask me your question. I feel like that would be better.
I was just gonna ask, what did you think of the story, all in all?
I mean, it was like I kind of told you in private context. While the story was great, I genuinely like 100% can relate to the story. However, I feel like it was a little too obvious that the janitor was the problem from the get-go.
Yeah, I
You could
kind
ask
of
my host
wished.
here. I had played through a quarter of the game, and then I looked at him and I told you, like, the janitor is the problem, and he's the one behind this. And he had already beaten the game at the time. You know what I mean? He had
If I
beaten the
can,
game before me.
if I can criticize it at all, it is that just because I enjoy a good little mystery.
It
And
was
like,
just a little too easy. He was the only weird guy in the story. He was like, I mean,
well,
yeah,
not to
there's some like
mention,
subtle weird people, but like he was the only obviously weird guy in the entire story.
it's like the whole game they're like talking about the janitor, and you don't see him one time. You just see his like stuff everywhere, and you're like, well,
I mean, you really don't see him until the exact
yeah,
end.
until you open that door, yeah.
Yeah.
I did find that the end slide was very sad. My heart goes out to the director, Anthony. I can't
I
imagine
want to
losing
second that.
I can't imagine losing a significant other like that. But I think you should be proud of the game you did make. It's clear to me that this was a passion project built out of love for classic adventure games and out
You
of
did a
love for
great
the
job, homie.
craft. And for $5 on Steam, you simply cannot beat that.
Without a doubt. It's definitely 100% worth playing. And it will definitely make you feel something if you grew up in the 90s or even the early 2000s. Like I said, I'm younger than my host and I can relate to it very well. Like it was definitely very enjoyable for me to play. The only complaint that I have is, or well, actually, I've got two complaints. For one, when you go to use the eyes to like see where you're going down a hallway, it kind of just seems to say the same thing no matter where you go.
Yeah, I did kind of have that issue too of being able to like you couldn't
You couldn't
not
tell
e-
which hallway actually led you where half the time because they all
exactly.
said the same thing.
Yeah, when you use the like the eye,
Yeah,
like
and if you didn't know the map by the back of your heart, you would get lost easily. And I mean, if that's something that you're into, 100%, I mean, if that's what you're trying to do, 100%, you're doing a great job. But if that wasn't, maybe work on that.
yeah. And honestly, I would like to see what else comes from these guys. And I will say whether you want to go back and relive like a little bit of 90s nostalgia or go back to a
Or if
simpler
you're,
time of games or just
or if
craving
you're
something
like a
short,
younger, or if you're a younger child who wants to understand
where it all
how it
came
was
from.
back in the day, that's the game for it. I wouldn't even say where it all came from, but like if you want to understand the older people who are always being a bitch to you, that's where they came from.
I agree.
Apologize for the profanity.
These guys, if you guys want to check out them and what they are doing, this released on February 2nd, 2026. These guys are Pretty Bird Games on Steam. And I will just say, I can't recommend School Quest enough. Thank you, everybody, for watching, and thank you all who have supported Beside the Bonfire thus far. And we will see you once again beside the bonfire.
And I'll throw in at the very end, at least on my end, I appreciate all of you. And I'll see you next time.
See ya.